Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure how people join this. Chat. This is the goofiest thing. Go to YouTube 5. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Hey, good.
Nice to meet you. I guess officially meet you.
Yeah. How do you keep this thing from switching back and forth like that, though?
I know it's kind of complicated, but I guess it's necessary. Hang on, let me get my... Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Did you get my invite?
Yeah, I get it. I thought I sent one, but I was not sure. But since I got yours, I just joined this one instead.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? I just got my headphones, so I don't know if it works.
Yeah.
I guess we're just waiting on everybody else. So, are we just supposed to, like, go over the quiz together, or that's what I kind of got?
I'm not sure. It says to no homework quiz questions should be discussed on this discussion board. So I'm not as sure exactly what that means. I thought we were supposed to work on the quizzes together.
I know. Then, where do you look at that? The one that says that we're not supposed to. Let's see. Chapter 3. I don't know. This is my first time taking an online class, so all of this is pretty new to me. Let's see. Group collaboration.
I wonder if we talk about principles and things like that, how it works, and then we figure out the quiz on our own.
Maybe, but I thought we were supposed to take this. Let's see. Yeah, it says the homework quiz. You're in attendance at the group meeting. Okay, let me see, because I thought I saw it somewhere else. Individual preparation. I think that's the one. Read, study chapter 3, prepare.
Yeah, I wonder if it's part of the course to have to figure things out.
It looks like it is. So if you go to the lesson 2 overview, they're on their due date 1. There's this individual preparation. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did that. I read the lessons and.
Yeah, so I read that as well. And then under prepare, it says prepare with chapter 3 group questions to help you better contribute to your group meetings and ask questions about problems you don't understand. Complete this assignment before meeting with your group to take the lesson 2 group quiz. So
yeah, so there is another quiz on due date 3, so maybe that's the quiz we don't talk about.
That's probably the one we're not supposed to talk about, but I feel like the one that says group quiz should be.
Yeah, it's a group quiz. It just says group.
Yeah, so
I think you're right.
That's the one. I guess we're just waiting on everybody else. Seth said that he may not be able to make it, and then I didn't even know who the other 2 people were.
There was Alfred.
To reach out. No, I mean, there were 2 more people that were supposed to be in this group that I have no clue because they didn't post. Yeah. There was this, you needed to post your email address. So.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing them post, but they didn't do anything. They just kind of said hi or whatever.
So who knows? Let's see. Group quiz. Where's that one at? So where are you from, Jim?
I'm in Yuma, Arizona.
Yuma. So is it pretty hot out there right now?
Nah, it's pretty nice actually.
Oh, is it? So were you born and raised in Arizona?
No, I was living in Northern California up until about 3 months ago.
Oh wow!
Lived
so
there
you just moved?
Yeah, I lived there for 24 years and then came down.
Where
about
in
3 months
California
ago.
were you?
Do you know where Redding is? Shasta Lake?
Yeah, I've heard of Redding. I have not been there myself, but I have some friends from Susanville. I don't know how close that is from.
Yeah, I've been to
Redding
many times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
So I know it's around that area. I think they fly into Nevada when they go. Look, they're actually living here in Utah. I am here in Salt Lake City. So I think they fly into Reno when they go to Susanville or something like that.
Yeah, probably, because there's no real large airport in Susanville.
Yeah, it's just a little town from what I've heard.
Do you know how we split the screen? Is yours flipping back and forth from the little window?
No, I'm visiting other, like I'm clicking on other tabs. So let me click at. Let me see if this is what's doing it. Did it switch?
Every time I talk, it switches to the big screen, and then when you talk, it switches. I go down to the little box, and you show up in the big screen.
I guess it's just so that it's not doing it to me, but they might just be doing it so that everybody knows who's speaking. I'm not sure, but mine is not switching back and forth. I'm not really sure why. Let's see.
Yeah, goofy. What's the camera?
I'm not really sure. Like mine's not, like I'm seeing myself at the lower right corner. I see my face, but then the rest of the screen is just you.
Okay.
Let's see if anybody else said anything. Alfredo. Okay, Seth said that he. Do you send a link to Alfredo as well? Like, did it include everybody on the invite that you sent?
Yeah, there was 3: Seth, you, and
Seth Alfredo. Said that he's not going to be able to make it. So I guess we're just waiting on that guy, Alfredo.
Let me see who the other 2 people were. Maybe I can find their email.
All right.
You have a good internet connection where you're at?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I have Charter. You probably have Comcast?
No, I actually went through. So, hang on, Alfredo just sent an email. So I'll say, Jim sent a link. Can you join?
It's actually through YouTube Live, not Google Hangouts. It's real strange.
Okay, I don't know if this is gonna record it then.
I think it does. I think it records to your YouTube channel.
Hopefully it does. I'm sending that to Alfredo. Jim sent a link. Can you join that call? So we are like 2 blocks away from they have Google Fiber here, but they only have it in like the downtown area, so we're like 2 blocks away from the limit, so we didn't get to get Google Fiber. We actually went through CenturyLink, I think it is.
Oh
Like
yeah,
everybody says it's crappy, but I think because of that reason they were doing this. They have like optic fiber as well, so they were doing 100 megs for $35, I think, if you get a 2-year contract. So that's what we got. So it's pretty fast, and we only pay like $35 a month for 100 megs. So it's not capped or anything.
Yeah.
So it's been working out great. Oh, there he is.
Hey guys,
Alfredo,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Alfredo.
you.
Good, yourselves?
Doing good.
Doing good. Yeah. Let me, I see the other emails. Let me add those on here and see if they respond.
Yeah, just go ahead and see if it works. I see what you mean now by the screen switching back and forth. I think that whoever's speaking gets bigger, and that's why it makes it look kind of weird.
Yeah, so there's Clint Smith and Pierce Meckler. Well, I don't know. That's their emails. I don't know. Let's see if I can invite them.
I'm Kevin, so you
Yeah.
mentioned me there. So
Oh, that's your name.
yeah, I'm like Pereira Meckler. That's
okay.
Uh-huh.
I won't invite you then. Alfredo, Kevin. Seth is on there, and then Clint Smith. I'll see if he's available. I sent an invite.
Let's see what he does.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 of us.
I guess they had to post their Gmail address, so if they didn't post it, I guess that's unfortunate for them, but
I don't see them. Maybe they got deleted. But everybody posted
maybe they
Gmail
dropped the
address
class
in
or
group.
something.
Oh, maybe. Well, I say we get started.
Yeah, let's get going. So
No time like the present.
So Alfredo, from we were talking about, just pretty much all we have to do is take the group quiz together, right?
I'm pretty sure.
So I'm just pulling that up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Group quiz.
You know, and this is kind of like other online group discussions I've had where we did homework together and then we each turned in the homework separately.
Yeah, I think we have to turn, like, we just discuss it, I think, but we each have to turn it in
Separately.
Yeah. So I pulled it up right now. I don't know if you're looking at the same. I don't know if the questions are randomized, but question 1 for me is when an economist points out that you and millions of other people are interdependent, he or she is referring to the fact that we all. Are you looking at that one?
Yes.
Yep, that's the same as mine, and
okay, I guess it's the same order. I don't know if the answers are randomized, but I would say it is rely upon one another. That's B for me. Is that B for you guys?
That's B for me.
That's B for me.
Okay, that works. So question number 2. So are we just gonna do it like this? I think that's.
Yeah. You know, as long as we understand what the concepts are in interdependency. So.
Yeah, I think if we have any questions, we can just ask.
You know, they produce different products, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
So let's see. Number 2. Some must work 5 hours to make each burst. And her production possibilities frontier is based on how many hours of work. Where's Hosne? So she makes 10 purses.
Just Hosne or whatever her name is.
Uh-huh. Let's see, I need a pen.
That would be 10 purses. Wait, something must work 5.
I think that should be 20.
Based on 5 hours. It takes 0.5 hours to make a purse, so it takes her 5 hours to make 10 purses.
Mm-hmm. That's what I.
So 0.5 times 10.
Yeah, it's I think it's 5 hours. Let's see.
Yeah, you're trying to find out how long it would take to make 10 purses.
Mm-hmm. So it would just 5 hours.
Yeah.
Let's see, number 3. If the production possibilities frontier is shown, each for one of you working, then which one of the following combinations of jackets and sweaters and Bryce together produce in a given year?
Yeah,
This one should be B if I did it right.
So I haven't really done it myself. Like, did you go through it before?
Yeah, that's why I was a little late getting on. I was finishing it up.
No, it's all right. I just did the reading, but I didn't really get to do the quiz.
Yeah, I just don't know how to figure these out. I can keep guessing until I get to the right one. But I thought it was. Huh?
Does it let you keep guessing?
Yeah, because just think about it. Let's see, what's the name? Lisa. She produces 16 jackets. All right.
Mm-hmm.
In a year. So now she needs to. We need to get to 20 or 22 if we go that direction. All right. So that means that Bryce needs to, if he produces 2 sweaters, then that does not add any more jackets. So that'd be 16 jackets and 2 sweaters. All right.
Correct.
Do you follow me? Because Bryce would only produce jackets, no sweaters, sweaters, no jackets. I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can't be B. B would be 2 and 16. All right. Did you guys follow that?
Yeah.
I'm still reading this one, so I'm not. Which one did you have here, Alfredo?
I had B, but I guess that's wrong now.
These 2 sweaters.
Yeah, think about what they produce. So Lisa can only produce 16 jackets and no sweaters. Bryce can only produce 2 sweaters and no jackets. So you combine those 2 together, that's 16 jackets and 2 sweaters. That answer is not even on the board. Okay. Let's go to 1 sweater. The A says 1 sweater. So if Bryce produces 1 sweater, if you kind of go up in the chart, that he can produce 6. Okay, if you did the little cross thing right there. All right. So 1 sweater and 6 jackets plus 16 jackets is 1 sweater and 22 jackets.
Ah, okay. I had that originally, but second guessed myself.
Yeah. These are time consuming, for me at least. And I don't know what the rule is to make it work, but.
Yeah, it's 1 sweater, 22 jackets.
Yeah, you have to stay, they're not doing outside trade, so you have to stay on the line or under the line.
Yep, that's right.
So what I'm doing is I'm doing the little, what do you call it? The add sticky note by each answer and putting the putting what it is. Because I don't really know how to handle these.
Yeah, this is it's kind of time consuming. I just needed to take a class, honestly, that's why I took this one. Let's see. No, but that makes sense though. Like the 1 sweater, 22 jackets, that it does make a lot of sense. Then I don't really see any other option really fitting into them. The production.
Yeah, the other ones are too small. 5 sweaters and 7 jackets.
Yeah, it's not. Just does not make sense. So the next one is question 4. Assume that Andrea and Paul can switch between producing wheat and producing beef at a constant rate. So minutes needed to make 1.
This is the exact same thing without the graphs.
Yep. So
I got C for that one.
You have C, which is 7 bushels.
Yes, sir.
And 15 pounds of beef. In 1 8-hour day.
Because the first 2 answers, A, I think it's underproducing. B, way too much time. We went into like 10 hours. And D, I think went way over time also.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah,
let's
I did
see.
not.
24.
So minutes to make 1 bushel of wheat. 30. 15.
So which one did we say for this one?
I said C, but so far I've been wrong the first 2.
Which is the fun combination of wheat?
Andrea.
It's just asking for Andrea. It's not asking for Paul. So 8 hours and 8-hour day. So it takes her 0.5. It would be A, I think.
It takes her 1 minute.
0.5 times 8. Is that right? Wait a minute.
Where'd you get 0.5 from?
Well, it says minutes needed to make 1, and it says bushel of wheat. So it takes her 30 minutes to make 1 bushel of wheat. So that would be in an 8-hour day, she would make 16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I read that completely wrong then.
Right. And then 15 is a quarter. So quarter times, or 8 divided by a quarter would be 32. Is that right?
Yeah.
Just needed to make 1. 30 minutes.
I'm writing myself a sticky note on that one.
Let's see.
8 divided by 0.25 equals 32. I could be wrong, but
No, that's what I'm getting as well. Let's see, 15 minutes to make the beef. So Andrea's gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm getting as well.
But where I'm a little confused now is because if she makes 32 pounds of beef in 8 hours, she doesn't have time to do 16 bushels of wheat. It's because she's trading off. She's trading off her time in between both producing both items.
which of the following combinations of wheat and beef could Andrea produce in 1 8-hour day?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, because if we do 32 pounds of beef, that's her entire day. So she would never have made 16 pounds or 16 bushels.
Okay, yeah, good call. So it has to be a combination. We did the absolutes.
Yeah.
Now we got to find the combination.
Yeah.
That works.
I think C is right.
16. Does it work out in the math?
Yeah, because 7 bushels of wheat, if 1 bushel takes her 30 minutes, 30 times 7, that's 210 minutes. If we divide that into an hour, that's 3.5 hours. 15 pounds, it takes her 15 minutes for 1. That's 225 minutes. If we divide that, that's another 3 hours and 75 minutes, which is technically 4 hours and 15 minutes, which kind of it's a little shorter of the time frame that they give her, 8 hours, but everything else just goes over as far as production goes.
All right. I guess you can go under, but not over, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, D goes over by a quarter hour.
Yeah, it goes. Some of them go over. I think the first one goes over a lot.
Yeah, that one goes. That's 16 hours.
I don't want to work 16
right.
hours ever.
Yeah. So the only possible one is C. You're right. All right. Cool.
That's 7 and 15, right?
Yes. 7 times 5 equals 3.5 hours. And 15 times 0.25 equals 3.75. All right. Looks like we have to go with that one because all the other ones go over.
Yep.
Too much for any other option.
All right. Good job, Alfred. Alfred.
It's all good. Let's see. 5, I was broken up in between 2 answers. I want to say 5 is C. Logically, that's the answer I want to go with, but it could also be D. Because they're technically both not wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like D is, the question's a little bit broad.
Yeah, Brazil will produce.
I'll probably take the trade-off one. But at the same time, C is like the answer to, no, D is like the answer to C.
I feel like C is a follow-up question that D answers.
Well, we're supposed to, you know, the comparative advantage, I guess. It's better for Brazil to make cashews and stay away from peanuts.
Yeah.
I guess that's, they both make sense. Like, I feel like these quizzes are way too tricky.
Yeah, they're production frontier.
I think going with D would be the safer option.
I think so.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Okay, let's see. Ali's production possibilities and Betty's. If point A represents Alice's current production and point B represents Betty's current production, under what circumstances can both Alice and Betty benefit from specialization and trade?
Let's see.
When Alice produces more lemonade and Betty produces more pizzas, yeah. That was not,
I believe so.
That was not too tricky.
B? Yep, that's what I got.
Okay, 7. Ken and Tracy are two good workers who both make tables and chairs. In 1 month, Ken can make 3 tables or 18 chairs, whereas Tracy can make 8 tables or 24 chairs. Given this, we know that the opportunity cost for 1 chair is 3. Isn't it 3?
It's 1/3.
3 tables for 1/3 for.
Yeah, for the first person, for Ken, it's like 1 table cost him 6 chairs to make, and for Tracy, it cost her 3 chairs to make 1 table.
So is it 6 tables for Ken and 1/3 table for Tracy?
No, it'd be, I got B. 1/6 table for Ken and.
Yeah, sorry, I got it backwards. 1/6 for Ken and 3 tables for Tracy.
No, I'm sorry. We're talking about 7, right? I got A. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong answer.
Okay, table and chair, don't much.
Wait, 2D, 3 tables.
Opportunity cost of 1 chair.
I would say 6. Let's see. Whereas Tracy can make 8.
Yeah, chairs cost a lot less than tables.
So is it A?
Fraction.
Yeah, it's A. It's 1/6 and 1/3. I basically made it into a fraction. So 8 tables or 24 chairs, but you can reduce that to 1/3.
Yeah.
And yeah, same thing for the other one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, because it's 6 and 3. So yep, that one makes sense. A.
Yeah, if it said the opportunity cost of one table, then
Then
it'd
it would
be
be 6 and yeah. Alrighty. So number 8. Can switch between producing cars and producing hours needed to make.
I think that one's the same, like basically the same concept that the one before.
Japan's cost of one car is. Oh, this is the opposite though, isn't it? 5. That's really cost of one car. So now we got the one they make fewer of.
Yep.
Is and then a fraction for. Wait. Yeah, so D, you think?
I think it is.
Hold on, what did I get for that?
When they make one car, they make 5 airplanes. When Korea makes one car,
Got A for that.
they make.
But I may have set that up incorrectly, but I think it's A.
Backwards from the Ken and Tracy show.
Because let's say they make 30 cars, or we're talking about Japan. So 30 cars, they make 30 cars, or actually we're quantity produced. For every 80 cars that they make 16 planes. So what I did was divide 80 cars by 16 planes, which is also a fraction. 80 divided by 16 is 5. So it takes 5 car. I'm just confused myself. Sorry.
Yeah, but if they stop producing one car,
Yeah.
then no matter where you're at in the 2400 hour, the combination, right?
Yeah.
So if they drop it to 79 cars, that'd be 21 airplanes. It's still 5. I think the opportunity, it's a constant rate, so it's always the same.
So are we? Is it C then?
I think it's D.
And I think it's A.
No,
I think
let's
it's
see.
A if it was Japan's opportunity cost for one airplane. Then I would think it would be A. It'd be 1/5 car and 1/3 car.
No, and that's exactly. I mean, the first number is for Japan, and the second number is for Korea.
Yeah.
Japan's opportunity.
I think it's A.
Okay. I mean, if you disregard the quantity produced and just look at hours needed to make one, and then realize it's a constant rate that doesn't change. Now reduce the cars down to one on each side, and you'll have one car for Japan and 5 airplanes. And for Korea, you'd have one car and 3 airplanes. And so that's their cost. Whenever they change, one car would equal how many airplanes?
So it's 5 for Japan, 3 for Korea, right? But it's the...
How much does one car cost? Well, it costs 5 airplanes for Japan.
But isn't opportunity cost what they are giving up to get?
Yeah, exactly. It's what they're giving up, or is what they're providing. So.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is D then.
Yeah, it would be D, because yeah, if we just simplify it, then it's 1 to 5 and 1 to 3. So producing 5 airplanes. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want to talk you guys out of it, but that's what it looked like for me.
Wait, no, I'm doing it backwards. So we're trying to find out the opportunity cost of one car.
Yeah, what does one car cost? It costs
so isn't that basically what they give up in order to get one car? So they're not giving up 5 airplanes, they're giving a fifth of an airplane. Or that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's how I understood it. Because the opportunity of one car.
So for every 30 cars, or for every one car, they
give up 1/5 of a plane.
5 airplanes.
Why would that 1/5 of a plane? That's a very small number. Does that make sense? I mean,
the way I'm looking at it, I'm not really looking at the hours, but the way I'm looking at it is that for every car they finish, they have only completed the 5th of an airplane. So if they give up a car, then they can come up with the 5th of an airplane. That's what's making sense logically to me. But we can put different answers on this one and see who.
Yeah.
Just to like get a better idea of. So I can put A and you can put D.
I'll put D.
It's just more to just get an idea of what really the answer is. Let's see. Geez, these are long.
Yeah, this is taking longer than I thought. I know what to do for next week now.
I know. Just Saturday, I'm gonna try to answer this quiz. Okay, suppose that Arturo is willing to trade 6 burritos to Dina for each 10 tacos that Dina produces and sends to Arturo. Which of the following combinations of tacos and burritos could Dina then consume? Assuming Dina specializes in taco production and Arturo specializes in burrito production. So...
All right, Alfredo, what'd you get?
For that one, for 9, I choose the answer. I did the math. Hold on. She can trade him 100 tacos. She makes 400 tacos I went with C.
360, 300 tacos, 60 burritos.
Yeah, because she can give up 100 tacos, and he can give up 60 burritos, and still be within good range.
Cool.
But looking back, sorry to go back, but I think you are right. I think it is D for number 8. Just because just reading it over now makes more sense for it to be D.
Yeah, I just ignore the quantity produced on that one. I just look at the other one. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, because I think it'd be a lot more planes in order to be in a lot more cars for it to be 1/5 of a plane. Just mathematically wise, it's pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
1/5 of a plane, 1/25 of a car, I think.
Yeah, like straight across, it makes a lot more sense. 5 airplanes, they have 30 cars, so they make 1 car. It'd be 5 airplanes that they would lose, or that they could make. Yeah. Sorry, got us off track.
Well, I'm sure we're going to run into this again somehow.
Number 10.
Jeez, this one's complicated for me.
Tunis car.
Suppose that a worker six units of corn, 2 of wheat, 27.
Okay. Each nation has 10 workers without trade.
6 units of wheat.
Holy moly, yeah, this is a big one.
Each nation has 10 workers. Without trade, they produce 30 units of corn, 10 units per week.
Units of corn and 30 units of wheat.
So they produce 30 units of wheat.
This is where I wish the homework told us how to set these up better.
Oh yeah.
Kind of lacking in that department.
I know.
So, did you work this one out, Alfredo?
I kind of did, but it confused me. The answer I got was, which one is this? Number 10 was A.
I think it's 30 and 30 because so Fredonia or what Fredonia is producing, they can either do 60 units of corn or 2 units per wheat. So their advantage is in corn and the other town is in wheat, which is the same number. So assuming that they stop working on wheat, that Fredonia, so they can produce 6 units per year, and then they have 10 people working on that. They get 60 units of corn, and then they give 30 to the other place. They stay with 30, and then the other place has the same amount of people working the same hours, producing the same just of the other product, which is wheat. So if they do 30 and 30, then they keep 30 each.
Basically, yep.
That's what I'm getting. I don't know.
So you're thinking A on that one?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
A.
That's what I got.
Because it's the same number, so the numbers don't vary on either side, so it's gonna be an equal number if they specialize on. Yeah, that one makes sense to me. So I don't know if it's totally right, but at least it made sense. So assume that the farmer and the rancher can switch between producing pork and producing tomatoes at a constant rate. So labor's hours to make 1 pound of.
Assume the farmer and rancher can switch between producing pork and producing tomatoes at a constant rate. Okay. Farmer and the rancher each have 24 hours available.
6343. Assume if each person spends all his time producing the good on which he has a comparative advantage, it exploits at a price of 1 pound of pork for 2 pounds of tomatoes. Then
So I think we first have to define who has the comparative advantage.
okay, so the farmer has an advantage
Over the rancher on pork, 6-4. That's an absolute advantage, though.
yeah, because then the other one is even. They like the rancher comes out even at the end, like the pounds producing 24 hours.
Yeah.
4 and 8.
But see, the rancher is even on his production.
So the rancher has more advantage than the farmer. Because whichever the rancher decides to make, he's still gonna be making the same. He's gonna have the same amount regardless on whether he does pork or tomatoes.
The rancher has an advantage when it comes to pork because it takes him less time to produce more. And the farmer has an advantage when it comes to tomatoes because it takes him less to produce way more.
But what's the comparative advantage when it costs the farmer 3 pork for every tomato?
So if the rancher focuses on making pork, he's just gonna make 8. So in 8 hours, he's gonna make 2 pounds of pork.
Yeah.
And then if they trade at 1 pound of pork for 2 pounds of tomatoes, labor
Yeah,
hours.
I just read this. in the lesson too, and I just can't.
Labor hours needed to make 1 pound of tomatoes, 3. So if they have 24 hours, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So in 24 hours, the farmer will make 8 pounds of tomatoes. Then, if they trade, oh no, I got lost there. So 24 hour divided by 4, so it's 6. Yeah, he makes 6 pounds. And then for a pound of pork, he gives 2 pounds of tomatoes. I don't think the farmer gets anything out of it. I think it's the...
Well, the farmer gains from the tomato. He'll gain beef from the.
Because if that farmer, they actually already gave us the numbers. So on that column, on their pounds produced in 24 hours, that the farmer has 8 pounds of tomatoes, the rancher has 6 pounds of pork. So if the
Yeah, technically the farmer loses because
the rancher gets 2 pounds of tomatoes, then he would be, and he gives 1 pound, he would be at 7 pounds total mixing tomatoes and pork, and then the farmer would be at 7 pounds total. So he actually loses a pound. So the rancher gains, farmer loses. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm looking at it this way: the farmer loses 2 pounds of tomatoes to gain one pound of pork. So that would mean he's at 5 pork and 6 tomatoes, and the rancher loses 1 pound of pork, so he's at 5 pork.
No,
and
because then the farmer would stop producing pork, because it says if each person spends all his time producing the good in which he has a comparative advantage. So he would stop making any pork. So he would only have 8 pounds of tomatoes, and the rancher has 6 pounds of pork. So if the rancher gives 1 pound, he has 5 pork plus 2 tomatoes, and and then the farmer would have 1 pork and 6 tomatoes.
yeah, I see.
So yeah, you would need to have like 12 pounds of tomatoes for it to be even.
So it would be C then, right? Because
the rancher gains, but the farmer loses.
The farmer doesn't produce enough tomatoes to make up for what the rancher produces, because it's just not enough.
Yeah, it just does not have enough time. Like, not really compete to that.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Okay. Or are we?
This one confused me a little bit. 12.
All right.
Hosni and Merv switch from each person divide. Sorry. Between the production of purses and wallet switch. So they have 6 and 4, and then 8 and 10. So Merv, or whatever his name is, has an advantage with the wallets, and Hosni, or whatever that name is, has an advantage with the purses. So Merv, for every, so they have 6, 4.
I think it's D. Just, I mean, if horse, whatever the person's name is, that first one, DH, she specializes in wallets or specializes in purses, should be the only one producing. So that'd be 10 purses.
Well, if they both switch to purses, the highest you could get is 14, right?
Yeah.
And if they both switch to wallets, then the highest you can get is
14.
14, yeah. So now you got to split it in the middle somehow. And somehow, I want to say Hoser, Hosni, Hosni. Somehow she's got to produce either 2, 3, or 5 more purses. I don't think she can do, well, I don't think she can do 5 and 10. I don't know how. She can only do 10, and he can only do 4. That's a total of 14. So isn't C and D out?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me read it again. Opposing each person dividing their time equally between the production of purses and wallets, to each person spending all of their time producing the good in which she has a comparative advantage, then total production of purses will increase by, it says she.
They're both she's, I think.
I guess it's both girls.
Merva? Okay.
She has a comparative advantage. So, yeah, that girl on the right would be making more wallets, and then the girl on the left would be making more purses.
Yeah, so I think it has to do with Merv.
It's either A or B.
Merve. If Merve goes down 1, how many more purses would she produce? Or down 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 6. She can only do 4.
I don't know about this one. I don't really know where to find the in between. Like,
this is goofy. I'm gonna go A. I can't figure out.
That Mervis or whatever, for every 3 wallets she makes 2 purses. So
You go down 3 and over 2.
If she stops doing purses at all, she could be doing 12 wallets. So let's just do the same for that other girl, although her number is more complicated. So for every 5 purses, she makes 4 wallets. Gee, I don't really know like what math I should do here. Like it's just goofy to me.
I know it's not very clear.
Because like for every 5 purses, she makes. Okay, I guess I can divide.
But you got to
Where's
realize
my calculator?
the absolute value. So you're not going to add anything to one person's line. It'll only have to take from one and go to another's. You know, Merva is not going to make more than 4 purses.
Yeah.
You can only make fewer purses. So if you move her to 2, that'll increase wallet production to 12. But then total purses would be 12 if Osne creates. See, what you're supposed to do is figure out where their production is maximum, I guess, when between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just guess on that one. I'm not really sure.
I'm just gonna say now. I'm gonna look it up. I guess.
Yeah, we can look it up. I guess. At this point, I don't really care.
Yeah. We could just blaze through these, and I guess you can use the discussion board to further your discussion. So
yeah, that's another.
So why don't we could just blaze through these and then work them out and then post on the board?
Yeah, that works.
That works. It's getting late, and I still have some other. This is due tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, though, I believe.
Oh, is it 10 a.m.?
I think so. Well, no, they have meetings at Tuesday evening, though.
Let me look it up to make sure.
$11 p.m.
Yeah, it's 11. So I think I'll just. I don't really know. Like, this is kind of worrying me because this is just like, I don't really know where to go to for help on this.
You got to study the comparative advantage portion of and then figure out who has a comparative advantage and then go with that. I haven't quite figured out how to figure that out. You know, I can look at the absolutes, but I don't know where the in-between is.
Yeah, I don't know how to discern. Like, the explanation makes it look pretty easy. Like, one person spends less to make a product that other people are spending more to make. But once I get the math, like, probably a lot of this is not really math. It's mostly logic, but I'm just not finding it's just not clicking in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they almost make the same in wallets. I mean, 6 and 8, that's not too far off. But purses, there's a huge advantage there. You know, 10 to 4. So then you figure out the difference, you know, the opportunity cost between one and the other, I believe. You know, if one makes fewer wallets, how many more purses is that? Or, you know. And so obviously, I think Hosnay is not going to make fewer purses. It just doesn't look that way. But at some point, Merv makes fewer wallets. And maybe Hosnay makes one less purse or something. And that's how you either get 2 or 3. Or maybe, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go with 2.
Yeah, I think I'll just probably work on it tomorrow. Right now, I'm just not really. It's taken me a while to go through it, each question, and I still have an assignment due at midnight for another class. So I think I'll put it off for tonight. And if we, guess we can. Do you guys use Facebook? That's way easier for me than going to that discussion board.
Yeah.
What's your? Is it okay if I add you?
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah. Why don't we create a group?
Yeah, I think it's way easier. Seth, what's your name on Facebook? No, not Seth, but Jim.
It should be Jim S. Neringer.
Okay.
Or Jim Neringer.
And you spell that SCHNER?
N-E-R.
N-E-R?
I-N-G-E-R.
Okay. Let's see. I think I found you.
Yeah, a picture of myself and my wife.
Yeah, it only gives me the option to follow you. So I'll send you a message, and then probably after we... Okay, let's see. Jace is not letting me do anything.
Yeah, I probably have it on block. How do you spell your last name?
So you can look me up as Kevin, P-E-R-E-I-R-A, and then space M-E-C-K-L-E-R.
And the temple, your
Yeah, it's a wedding picture.
wealth generators?
Yeah. What about you, Alfredo?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, just Alfredo Gomez.
Let's see, you got a lot of Alfredos.
Oh.
What's your profile picture?
Picture basically of myself using a camera.
Camera, man.
Or I think you can type in like location, maybe like Alfredo Gomez, Texas, Dallas.
Oh yeah, I see it. You're wearing a white shirt?
Blue, like bluish shirt.
Is it blue?
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Hold on.
Yeah, I can't add you as a friend.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it only lets me
You're in Dallas.
look at you, but I cannot really add you.
Let's see.
I can block you.
Oh, let's not do that. Let's see.
I'm not sure how to do this. Add a friend.
This is tough. Let's see.
I can send you money. You want money?
Oh, by all means, if you're offering it.
Okay, I think I found a way to add people
There you
on
go.
Messenger.
Somebody has a dog.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why she's still awake.
Is that the Lone Star behind you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I was born in Houston, so just so you know, I'm a Texan.
Hey, you're a Texan for life.
There you go.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, it's hot over there.
Yeah, it's cooling down though.
I think I had a connection flight like a month ago in Phoenix. We landed. I'm like, no, it's too hot here. Just in the airport.
Just yes.
I noticed everybody was like, every house has a pool in their backyard.
Yeah, we do. And we can still go swimming. It's still warm enough. All right, I see your picture, but I don't know how to message you.
Okay. Jim and I are now friends.
Kevin,
There we go.
Alfredo and I are now friends. Okay, I think we're just gonna as soon as we know who the rest of the people are in the group, we're just gonna try to add them here. And I'll try to work on this tomorrow morning. And if we have any more questions, like honestly, I'm certain that I can just look the answers up. But I'm having a hard time on this class that if I just do that, I'll fail it when I have to take a test. So I'm really trying to figure it out.
I want to learn the concepts, the principles. Yeah. And they look like they're really easy, but they're just out of my grasp to understand.
It's tricky. Like, I don't think it's really hard, but it's also been a while since I've taken a math class or stuff like this. Like, all my classes are business and a lot of readings, but not a lot of thinking and logic behind it. So it's making it a little bit, I'm kind of too rusty for this right now.
No, that makes three of us, because I was looking at it and I'm like, I started thinking it made sense, and then, well, no, it did not make sense, because obviously some of it was wrong.
Yeah.
Do they have any tutoring for like online students? Do you know?
Yeah.
They offer it?
They sure do.
How do you like get a hold of a tutor or?
Oh, that's a good question.
Probably can just look it up, BYUI online tutoring.
Yep, that's probably it. Might be tied to the library, I'm not sure.
Online tutoring options. Okay, to schedule a math tutor.
All right, guys.
Yeah, well, thank you. Let us know if your YouTube saves them.
Well, I'm going to hit stop broadcasting, and hopefully it provides a link, and then I'm going to post it in that discussion board, and I think that's all it needs.
I'll just take, in case it doesn't work, I'm recording that really quick to prove that we did have a meeting. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't work,
all those boxes behind me. I just moved here, so.
No problem. So yeah, thanks guys for meeting, and I guess we'll talk tomorrow, see if we got this figured out.
Okay.
Sounds like a deal. All right. Next week I'm going to be in a motel, so we'll see how that works.
See if that works. See how good the internet is.
All right, guys. All right. Good call. I appreciate it. I'm going to work on this more tonight, so we'll talk later then.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.